The devil, Satan, who he is, in terms of taking down America, sent both times a Muslim. Didn't send a Jew, didn't send a Buddhist, didn't send anyone from the Cherokee tribe or the Arapahoes. But in both times, the devil sent his most virulent power source today is Islam. Now listen to me very carefully. You have to listen to Pastor Manning very carefully. You got to put aside everything else and just listen to Pastor Manning. But not only did he choose a Muslim, and because America's Christianity and Christians are so weak, I almost ended up killing somebody the other week, telling me that I should speak. There was a woman out in front of my church, our church, telling me on my announcement board I should have nice words about love and all that kind of thing. Y'all remember her. She's a news anchor on WNBC News here in New York, Channel 4, telling me what I should preach. I almost ended up killing that woman out there that day, telling me I should speak. But what America is so weak in its relationship with Jesus. I mean, they have American religion that has been turned into cotton candy. These preachers aren't preachers. They're hustlers, liars, and thieves. A bunch of whoremongers is what they are. But listen to this. Listen to this. So the devil sends Obama a Muslim, right? And a quasi-homosexual, right? Now listen to Pastor Manning. Listen to Pastor Manning. The devil sends a Muslim and a quasi-homosexual, also one who was instrumental. Now listen to Pastor Manning. One who was instrumental in twisting the 14th Amendment, an amendment to the Constitution, bred and breathed by on the Bill of Rights, especially for Hamite people. Y'all call them black and Negroes, African American. The 14th Amendment to the Constitution. The devil had this all planned out. To twist the 14th Amendment to the Constitution that says that anyone who's born in America, no matter what their skin color is, name, last name, father's name, you are an American citizen if you're born on American soil. Case closed. That means you are naturally born. And you are entitled to all the privileges and all the rights of every other citizen born in America. You cannot be denied. And what the devil did through Barack Hussein, the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, what the devil did was he said, well, marriage is a right. To be married is a right that citizens have. You have a right to marry. Now, the Loving versus Virginia, I think the other year or so ago, questioned whether certain kinds of people could marry one another, but marriage is a right. So what the devil did, and Obama took the 14th Amendment, our amendment. I was offended by it. Took our amendment, the 14th Amendment that was given especially for black people because everybody else born here didn't have a problem. Somebody calling them a citizen. We were slaves, and we were not citizens of America. We were slaves. But the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the great people of America, in their generous power, said, but anybody who's naturally born on the land of soil of America, no matter what state, creek, valley, hamlet, town, or mountaintop, or tree limb, you are a citizen of America. And you're entitled to every right, and you cannot be denied the right to vote, the right to marry, the right there. So some devil, Obama came along and said, why don't we use this for two men to get married, or two women to get married. That's right, isn't it? They're both they're natural born citizens. Let's use it for both of them to get married. And the Supreme Court threw up their hands and said, what can we do? We can't argue against that. 14th Amendment gives them a right. Now, Obama did that. Obama did that. Now, you listen to me. You listen to me in case you have some questions about the Supreme Court and the Constitution. If Obama did that to the Constitution, nobody ever thought about that, but the devil knew the power was there. The devil knew that the power was there to marry man to man and woman to woman under the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. He knew the power was there. Think about now for just 1 second what Mondami is going to do with the U.S. Constitution and the New York State Constitution and the New York City. Think about what he's going to do in terms of changing the status of how we live, how we breathe, where we work, what we do, how we think, how we worship, whether we can carry a Bible. Mondami can potentially use the Constitution to deny us the right to carry a Bible. Our religious views cannot be protected because it's an oxymoron to protect a religious view. Then it means that the government is that. There's all kinds of things. Imagine what's going to happen if you don't put me in the office of mayor and you let that Mondami boy take that office. Imagine what's going to happen. But what's worse, and what is consistent, I should say, is that the devil sent a quasi-Muslim for the president, and he sent in Mondami also a quasi-Muslim. You know he's in the closet. You do know Mondami is in the closet. You know that, right? But the Islamic religion allows lies, it allows sinners, it allows hell raisers, it allows anything that would get them to their goal. Then they could probably cut his head off. Mondami, the Muslims will do, but they allowed him because they know America is a cesspool. America is Bo McFadden's outdoor toilet with 2 seats on it. And no lime poured in that toilet that's been out there for 13, 14 years. People are dumping in the morning, dumping in the evening, and ain't no lime on that toilet. That Mondami is sleazier than Bo McFadden's toilet in terms of who he is. But they put him because they realize America is sleazy. America is weak. America likes sleaziness. Don't you think that the homosexual men and women that voted for both Obama and Mondami knew that he was homosexual? And check this out. I'm crying righteousness, love and righteousness. They ran from that like it was the plague. They don't want a righteous man. They want a homosexual man. That's what they want. They knew that. Nobody had to tell him. Everybody knew that Mondami. Everybody knows that Mondami is in the closet. Hell, everybody can see it. Everybody knows that Mondami is in the closet. But when I came along with we don't want the last thing. They shut down that righteous talk. Shut that nigga down. Shut him down. Talking about righteousness. No, we want love. We want homos rather. He skipped over the LGBTQ and went right to the tranny. He went right for the family jewels. That boy Mondami went right for the family jewels. He went right for the tranny. Talking about I'm going to protect trannies. Here's Manning out there on 125th Street talking about righteousness. They said, shut that nigga down. We don't want to hear that. That ain't the kind of talk we want to hear. Shut that nigga down.